About 15 years ago, I was asked to be the chieftain of the Highland Games. Can you imagine me at the Highland Games in Scotland in Bearsden? And
were you wearing a kilt?
I was wearing a kilt, and I did my research beforehand, and I know the authentic way of wearing a kilt, so I wore it that way.
Which is what? Not wearing any underwear?
No underwear.
Right.
It's one raw. And
you must have loved that.
Well, it gets pretty breezy over there in the Highlands. And after a day of the Highland Games, and there was this caber thrower. You know what a caber is?
No, I don't know
any of this. Highland Games, caber.
Big log? It's like a log.
Okay.
It's like, it is a log, like a telephone pole.
Oh,
and these beefy guys throw them. That's the contest. And after a day of all that, we were in the pub and standing at the bar, and we were having wee drums, shots of whiskey.
Right.
Yes. But enough wheeze and the impact.
You and the drink.
Wee. And the caber thrower said to me, "You're an American. You don't know how to wear this, wear the kilts properly." I said, "Oh, yes, I do." And he was drunk enough to, he picked up my
skirt,
my kilt, and pulled it up, and he said, "By Jove, he is."
All right,
so I didn't expose myself. He exposed me.
You.
How did you come in your pants on the back of the motorcycle? Fred says that's impossible.
It's impossible.
No,
it's impossible? Well, Fred... let me take you on a motorcycle ride.
No, thank you.
What happened,
George has done the impossible.
I was very young. So you have to, Fred, when you're young, you're very easily.
That's true, but usually a chick's involved.
All right, he's gay. Yeah,
I understand that now.
Go ahead, George.
I was a student at the Shakespeare summer school at the Shakespeare Institute at Stratford.
I went to summer school, too.
Was it the Shakespeare Institute?
It was for Jim.
In England.
Yeah, go ahead.
At Stratford-upon-Avon.
Yes.
And there was this guy who was commuting from Warwickshire. And he was blonde, very good actor.
Always a blonde.
You're a sucker for the blonde.
And he wore this leather jacket. This was the Marlon Brando period. And he came to school on his motorcycle. And he took me for a ride on the back. And,
and your penis was pressing against his back?
I was grabbing his body encased in leather and all that vibrating, and my
and you shot your load.
Legs were hugging the
Was your penis pressed against his back? Is that what it was? Was he a gay man?
The vibration.
Did he know that you came? Or
no. He was straight.
Oh, and but you must have been a mess when you.
George, is it raining?
How did you hide what was going on?
Artie, if George came on your back, it would be a problem, right?
We'd have to, pull over and discuss it.
Ride back to my bed and breakfast, and so I got up and I went straight.
You ran.
Wow, so you must have been surprised that happened.
It was surprising.
Yeah. I understand that.
It was kind of good.
I was at Scores one time with my girlfriend, and my girlfriend was getting a lap dance, and she was between my legs, so my penis was pressing against her back, kind of. And I was watching her get a lap dance. And it turned me on so much, I shot my load. And I wasn't even touching myself or anything.
And you didn't have that vibration going through your crotch.
It was the strangest experience of my life because I wasn't, sort of touching myself or doing anything other than, it just was the hottest thing I ever saw, and I blew it.
I can understand. I can understand George's thing in the sense that if I was on a motorcycle with a chick I was attracted to and you're rubbing up against it, I guess maybe you come. But, my God, what kind of Neanderthal are you, George?
Well, I tell
Fred,
you...
you've been missing out on one of the life experiences.
Well, Fred's a biker.
That's why I ride alone.
You want to give George a ride?
No, that seat's only big enough for one.
Well, George, thank you for those revelations. And 2 truths and a lie. And a couple of people are coming to the Baba Booey Roast, which is going to be a fun morning for us here on the radio.
And all over America, they know my checkered past.
Yes, you're not shy, and I like that about you. You certainly fit into the Howard Stern show. Artie revealing things, I reveal things, Robin, Fred, and now you. Good for you, George. All right, we're going to take a break. That's our announcer, George Takei, and it's always great to have him here. If only for 2 days, we'll take whatever we can get from you. We love when you're here. We're going to take a break, and Artie just moved his seat away from
coming on a motorcycle gets you kicked out of the Hells Angels, you know.
Hey, that's a nice black leather jacket you have on, too.
Let me help you change your tires.
Chico came on Vinny, did you hear?